Welcome to A Moment with Ziggy. I grew up in a single parent home with my mom, and a lot of times she would tell me things about my dad that weren't very nice. And being that my dad wasn't around very often, over time I was inclined to believe more and more of what she said about him. I grew up and I was able to reconnect with my dad, and when I got some of his sides, I realized that my mom and dad had conflicting stories. Ultimately, it came down to which one was the better parent. While I was with my mother the majority of the time, my dad explained some of the reasons why he wasn't around. A lot of times when we grow up in single parent homes, we tend to hear one side of the story a lot more than the other side. But just because that parent isn't around doesn't make that person irresponsible or bad. And not only that, it also doesn't automatically make them the worst parent. But how can you tell who is the better parent? Well, in a perfect world, the answer would be neither, because they would equally share responsibilities as mother and father of that child. But since this world isn't perfect and parents don't always stay together once they have a child, oftentimes there become conflicts as to who the child should stay with. When parents split up and go their separate ways, usually the child goes with the mother, and most courts will agree to this. But does that make the mother the best parent for the child? Not necessarily. You see, in America, mothers are entitled to many things after giving birth to a child that fathers are not. They also tend to get favored more when it comes to things like custody battles, child support, and even visitation rights. But aside from all that, I think the better parent for the child comes down to a few things. One is responsibility. Which parent has the better track record of being responsible throughout their years of life? If one parent has never had to do anything for themselves and the other parent has, which one has a better chance of being responsible when it comes to a child? Another is reliability. Which parent can teach their child better and educate them on the ways of the world? I'm not talking about the parent that can dress them the nicest or takes the most pictures with them. I'm talking about the parent that can do things with them like studying, homework, guiding them through difficult choices in their lives, and setting the best example by being a great role model. These answers should not automatically default to the mother. Sometimes the child is better suited to live with their fathers. Now I know in this video I might sound a bit biased because I am a father, but when it comes to who's the better parent for the child, gender should not be the mitigating factor. Unfortunately, these things are usually defaulted to the mother because most of the time, when a relationship goes bad, fathers usually leave the mother and the child. And we all know someone that has experienced this. It is very sad and unfortunate because ultimately the person that loses in the end the most is the child. However, not all fathers are like this. There are fathers that continue to be actively engaged in their child's life, even though they are not with that child's mother. And along with that, there are fathers that are better suited to take care of the child, though it may be very far and few in between. And also, it's not just about what you do for your child while you are here, but what will you do for them when you are gone? What are you leaving your child? Are you leaving them with assets, life insurance, potential self-businesses, or are you leaving them with a funeral bill and a cable bill that's in their name? I expect both sides to be divided on this subject, but just remember, the most important thing is what's best for the child, not what's best for that child's parent. Okay, y'all, that was my moment. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. Like it, share it, but most importantly, make sure you think about it. Stay tuned for the next Moment with Ziggy.